Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are talking about over 50 vanilla perfumes and my thoughts on each and every one of them, and I try to roughly categorize. So we have a vanilla here for everyone. We have Lactonic vanillas, Beachy vanillas, citrus vanillas, fruity, musky, woody, spicy, clean, ethereal, bold, sexy, sophisticated, you name it, we've got it. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm gonna try to make it as brief as possible as always, but also very informative. So I hope it's helpful, and not like I need it, but if you have any more vanilla perfume recommendations, please let me know. The top two on my wish list right now are, I think it's called Indult Hoda and Guerlain Double Vanille. And I also want to mention before jumping in that some of these fragrances are not straight up vanillas. So for example, Burberry Her Elixir, this one I wouldn't categorize as being more vanilla than anything, but there is a really beautiful vanilla supporting the fruits and giving this really beautiful creamy, almost a little fluffy, like marshmallowy, like powdery sweetness that I do love. So I did want to include it. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump in because it's gonna be a long one. I want to start with the more lactonic vanillas. So here I have one of my favorites, starting with Zadig and Voltaire's. This is her, and this is very silky, very smooth. It feels very sheer, but it's also very strong, if that even makes sense. So I feel like the packaging is on point with representing the scent. It is such a beautiful, warm, cocooning, comforting fragrance. Perfect for before bed, great for fall and winter. This is whipped cream, vanilla, really beautiful, smooth spice. There's chestnut in here. There's pink pepper, I believe. But it's not overdone. I feel like the wood is not overdone either. You have that sandalwood in there as well as the cashmere wood. So on the dry down, it really does blend in beautifully with your skin. It's not too anything, right? For me, it's not too spicy, not too woody, but you definitely get that. More than anything, it's very, very milky, very creamy, kind of dreamy fragrance. I love it. It's sweet enough, it's spicy enough. Beautiful. It's very, very inviting. And again, this is one where even though it feels very silky, very sheer, it has some power to it. Next is Maison Margiela Replica Afternoon Delight, and this is another lactonic, vanillic sandalwood fragrance. It's beautiful. It starts out smelling like chemicals and vanilla extract on my skin. Very nasty combination, but as it dries down and develops into my skin, I get something that is very creamy, very delicious, very, very lactonic, and a little elegant as well. Very wearable, but very sweet, so I don't want to give the wrong impression. This is one where I could see people either really loving it or really hating it, and I have seen very, very mixed reviews, but I personally love this one. And this, for me, can't say it smells exactly like a Madeleine cookie, but there is something in there that I pull fluffy, powdery, a little extra delicious, and that might just be the Madeleine cookie note. There's Madeleine in here, whipped cream, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood, and it smells so pretty to me. Next is Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana. This fragrance is so comforting to me. It's very sweet and creamy, so addictive, and if you like vanilla, honey, and caramel, if that sounds good to you, the more that it dries down, it gets more powdery for me. I also start to get that coumarin note, which to me is even more addictive, kind of has that almondy, spicy, extra delicious layer to it from that, and I'm all about that in this fragrance. I love it so much, and I think if you're looking for a really good creamy sweet vanilla, this one is one of the best with such good performance. If you don't mind overspraying but paying less, then I would say Lattafa's Eclair is a really close second. same vanilla caramel lactonic feel, but this one just feels lighter to me. It's not as dense in my opinion, and then it doesn't last as long. So if that doesn't bother you, then I would purchase this one. But there's something about that extra layer of delicious sweetness that I really enjoy in this one that I think makes it more enveloping, and I could never just have this in my collection is what I'm saying, but I do love having both, especially having this one for the summer and spring makes a lot of sense to me, and I do like to layer them. Next is Casa Moratti's Italica, and this one I am in Florida, so this is going to be much more late fall to winter for me because it is so sweet, so strong, so dense and rich. Very, very delicious almondy vanilla scent. It is quite lactonic, very creamy, unbelievably delicious. This one also has some spice coming from the saffron in there. There's a really beautiful toffee note making it mouth-watering. I love this so much, guys, and I mean, if you love your sweet gourmand almond scents, this one is a no-brainer. It is so irresistible, but it's a lot. So if you don't like really sweet, strong scents, you're probably not gonna like this. Something that is similar, not identical, would be Vous Patisserie from Amore, where you're still getting that same sweet vanilla almondy pastry smell to it, but this one has more of like that citrus fruity opening. Speaking of creamy dense vanillas, we have Hypnotic Poison from Dior, and this is again the almond vanilla cookie scent. This one, however, does have a Play-Doh smell to it, which if you like similar scent profiles but you don't want that, I would then recommend from Juliet Has a Gun. You really pick up on more of the florals in that fragrance. There's also a really flirty raspberry. This one, there are fruits. There's also coconut, which makes it extra creamy, extra yummy, and I love that, but I do get kind of that Play-Doh-y, makeup-y scent from it. I think it's very feminine, very sexy and addictive, but not for everybody. I really enjoy it, but again, if I want something that's more almond cookie forward, creamy, floral, very feminine, musky, powdery scent, I go for Rolling in Love by Kilian. This one smells so, so good to me. This one has tuberose in there, almond, tonka bean, vanilla. There's, I believe, some iris in here. It is one of the most beautiful, feminine, sexy fragrances in my entire collection. And if I want something that's a little bit lighter, because this one is really strong, very sweet, and again on the dry down it can have a makeup-y vibe to it, then I will go for Scarlet Poppy from Jo Malone. This one is, to me, a little bit more dialed down. This one feels more light, still very warm, very cozy, very cookie-like, almondy vanilla vibes 100% with the florals. It has a very similar scent profile, but this one doesn't feel as loud to me. So if you don't like how sweet that one is, then you might really enjoy this one. Again, very powdery, very musky, vanilla, tonka bean fragrance. It's so beautiful. I love this one for fall and winter. Next is Skylar Clean Beauty's Vanilla Sky, and this is a very creamy coffee to me. It's creamy coffee with caramel. There's hints of citrus. I get even a little bit of the wood the more this dries down, just balancing everything out. But yeah, this is very warm, very sweet, coffee, cappuccino vibes. I really enjoy this one, and I think it's a coffee fragrance for people that don't want to smell like dark, bitter coffee. Beautiful coffee fragrance if you want to smell warm, sweet, and edible. This is a really good option. Next is Amore Cafe from Mancera. This one is inspired by avocado, which I believe is vanilla, ice cream, and espresso, and this one is a beautiful vanilla coffee fragrance. This smells so delicious. It's definitely more syrupy, so think the syrupy sweetness of Escapade Gourmand, but then add in some dark bitter tones, make it a little boozy, and you got yourself Mancera. Definitely more long lasting to me than Vanilla Sky, and this one smells slightly sexy in comparison, whereas I feel like Vanilla Sky is just like cute, comforting, warm, beautiful, pretty light in comparison. Next is Ylang in Gold from Amicalev, and this is a beautiful, feminine, sweet, creamy, dessert-like beachy vanilla. This one has kind of those hints of banana sweetness coming from the ylang flower. There's the coconut adding to the creamy feel, and you have the most delicious dessert-like vanilla at the base. This one smells so good, so dreamy, and this would be amazing for a beach wedding. I love it so, so much. One of the most feminine vacation fragrances you could think of, but I'm gonna be wearing it year round because I'm just obsessed with the scent of it. And the more that it dries down, you do get hints of the sandalwood. It does get a bit more powdery. It's really, really pretty. And if you want something that's a bit more affordable, Juliana's perfume, All That Glitters, is really close and a fraction of the cost. But you don't get this gorgeous bottle. Next is Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, and this is described as a floral gourmand, and to me this is a sweet, airy, fluffy vanilla fragrance. I think those ozonic notes at the base make this fragrance more light, more wearable, not so heavy and cloying. I really enjoy this. It starts out very bright, very happy. It's a very pretty girl fragrance, slightly beachy. I could see a little ocean air sprinkled in. I could see maybe a hint of the banana in here. There is a vanilla cream note that I really enjoy, and it's beautiful, but you also get the vanilla orchid in here, and I just think this is such a pretty scent for the spring and summer when you don't want something that's too heavy. Really pretty, and I love this one from the line. It's one of my favorites. Next is Julia Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. This one smells like your skin when you've been at the beach. It's all salty, that sweet, musky, salty vibe you really get in here. It's not maybe what I think of when I hear vanilla, but like I get it. I think that this one is more than anything a warm, solar, beachy fragrance. Definitely reminds me of Ocean Breeze, and I really like that. I also really want to cover my citrus vanillas. So the first one I have is Lira from Casamarati. This one smells like fluffy lemon pound cake with caramel drizzle, hints of lavender and licorice, and that cinnamon adds in this powdery feel, this powdery spicy touch. Absolutely beautiful gourmand, very photorealistic. Next is Acro's Bake. This one opens up much more zesty, punchy, and bright in the opening. It's really intense with the zest, so if you're not into that, you would not like the opening of this at all. For those of you that complain about the opening of Devotion, I think you might have serious issues with this one just right away. But as it dries down, that sour, sugary lemon candy note kind of fades a bit. You still get it, but you're also getting this really beautiful, sweet, fluffy vanilla the more that this dries down, and you get kind of like a lemon cupcake vibe from it. Really yummy. But I cannot get this one to last for me. I feel like after 3 to 4 hours, I really struggle to smell it on my skin. So let me know if you guys have a similar experience. Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, another beautiful citrus vanilla sugar scent. So yummy, warm, and creamy as it dries down. And this one, I feel like it's more wearable, and I feel like I get more longevity from it in comparison to Acro's Bake, which I think is similar, but that one actually really gives like lemon candy. It is so zesty, so punchy right away. This is not as sharp in my opinion. A lot of people feel like in general though, these types of fragrances can give lemon pledge, lemon cleaner, but I really don't get that from this. I think it's so beautiful, so pretty. And yeah, if you like warm, sweet citrus gourmands, I think this is a really good one. You get that lemon in this one as well as orange blossom. There's a creamy panna cotta, rum, vanilla goodness. It is so pretty. And again, very wearable in comparison to others, and it does have pretty good longevity. I get around 6 hours, and then after that it's definitely lighter, and I do like to reapply, but this one is more affordable, especially if you're buying it off of discounters. And then Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Intense, I feel like this one still has the same citrus, vanilla, warm creamy dessert feel to it, but this one is even more decadent. There's hazelnut in this one. This one doesn't open up so zesty with that lemon note, and I feel like yeah, it's just creamier, it's sweeter, it's more syrupy. Everything about the Intense is so up my alley, especially as we head into fall and winter. This one is unbelievably tasty. Next is Lake by Rosie Jane, and this one is a beautiful composition of bright citruses, creamy vanilla, fresh musk, and sandalwood. The more that this dries down, it gets more woody, and you get this really beautiful creamsicle effect in the opening that I just love. This one is so pretty. It's another one though that I wish the longevity was better for, but the scent is really pretty, so I have to give them that. And I love House of Sillage Hufflepuff. This is a beautiful, sweet, smooth, soft vanilla. There's some coconut cream in there, some really fresh lemon, but the lemon in here is not like some of the others where it's super zesty. Again, this is a very smooth, creamy, soft vanilla fragrance. I really get that vanilla bean with that coconut cream, and I get this really fruity, sweet, feminine feel as well coming from the peach, which I really enjoy, and I think it makes this smell a little bit more unique. There's also vanilla bourbon in here, some woody notes, some florals, but more than anything to me, this is a delicious sweet vanilla, absolutely addictive, absolutely mouth-watering. This is so expensive though, so I try to use it very sparingly. Now this is a coconut vanilla dessert. This is so rich, so yummy. This is creme brulee from Theodoros Kalotini's, and this is like a warm, toasty, buttery vanilla coconut scent. It smells so dang good, and if you're into those really rich, scrumptious vanilla fragrances like vanilla cake, this one is absolutely top tier. I love it. Amber Vanilla from the Seven Virtues. This is more of a musky, your skin but better, ISO-E super comforting floral vanilla fragrance. It's really pretty, great for every day, beautiful for any occasion, and this one has kind of that Glossier You vibe but without the heavy spice. Musk Collection Tahara Vanilla by Gulf Orchid is a more clean, powdery, fresh out the shower, baby powder, comforting vanilla. It smells really, really nice. It's great for before bed. Definitely has that musky, powdery quality that I love for a good day in. Eilish is a nice, spicy, warm vanilla. This one has vanilla, cacao. I get some of the citrus. I wish I picked up on more of the red berries, but I actually do get that in Nebras, which I think is a waxy, sweet, creamy version of this, where again you do get more of the cacao, more of the berries, and it's really beautiful. This one is a little more sharp, especially in the opening. You really get that amber in there. The spice is really pronounced. I love it. Some people don't, but I think this is a really great option, and it's super long lasting. Altair from Perfumes de Marly reminds me of cinnamon cookies. It's warm, sweet, delicious. There's praline in here, candied almond, I believe, tonka bean, vanilla. There's also this really beautiful musk that I find a little masculine, like a man taking a shower, that fresh musk. So I can understand why it was marketed more to men, but I feel like this is completely unisex. It smells so good. I just sprayed some on. One of my favorite scents of all time, and because of that combination, I think it works beautifully year round. I could just smell my arm for the next 20 minutes. That is how much I love that scent. These two are pretty similar, sweet, yummy, cakey vanillas. This one is Black Opium Le Parfum from YSL. This one starts out very bright, very solar. You get this really yummy pear right away, but it quickly dries down and I start to get more of the florals in here. There's some spice. The coffee I do get hints of. I think it makes it deeper, darker, but the final dry down is so creamy, sweet, and gourmand. I love it so much. So if you like the original, but you want something that is more smooth, more well blended, and just more delicious, this one is 100% what I'd recommend. I love it so much. Vanilla Woods opens up with that pear as well, but I don't really smell it that much. Yeah, this one is sweet caramel vanilla goodness. There's something to this one that pulls a bit smoky. And I almost want to say a little stale. So for me, this one, I like it. I don't love it. I love Black Opium Le Parfum, but I think they give similar vibes where they're warm, creamy, very sweet and delicious. Let's talk about a few sugary fragrances, starting with Vanilla 28 from Kayali. This one is so warm, so sexy. This is a beautiful brown sugar vanilla extract fragrance. There's some florals in here, some woods the more it dries down. It's a little spicy. I really enjoy this one for layering, but occasionally I will wear it for every day. And just a tease, I did put this on my September 2024 perfume tray, so I'm excited to get more use out of it. Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar 42 does remind me of La Belle from Jean Paul Gaultier. This one feels very flirty, very girly, very juvenile in the opening. With that bubblegum, there's bubblegum, marshmallow, vanilla, sugar, and you don't get a pear that's really juicy, very aquatic. It's more of just that sugary pear like you get in La Belle, which is really irresistible. And the more that this does dry down, it gets more floral, more woody, but still very pink and girly at the same time. So I enjoy this one a lot. And if you like Vanilla 28 and you like the deep dry down, you get hints of that in here as well. So if you like La Belle, but you want something that feels more young, more playful, I think this is a really great option. It's sweet, it's powdery. Florals and the woody notes make it more wearable, more grown up. Very sugary. Next is Cirque du Soleil. This is from the Flower Shop Perfume Company. They did collaborate. The bottle is insanely gorgeous. It's so whimsical, very pretty, and the scent inside is delicious. This one has beautiful notes. There is vanilla, of course, in this fragrance. You have a buttery popcorn note, caramel apples, cotton candy. There's some citrus in here as well, but I feel like on the dry down, I get a very buttery, warm vanilla, which is absolutely scrumptious. The cotton candy is still there. I can't say that I smell this in the dry down and still smell the apples, but I do get the caramel. It's just really yummy. Absolutely transports me to a carnival, and it gets more powdery as it dries down, which I really like. These are my two white chocolate vanillas. First is Sabrina Carpenter Sweet Tooth. This one smells like white chocolate, vanilla, marshmallows, and there's a bit of ginger to add some spice, some character. Beautiful cashmere wood at the base, and I feel like that whipped cream makes it more smooth, slightly lactonic. I also get hints of the coconut, which is really mouthwatering in the scent as well. This one, you cannot go wrong. It's beautiful for layering, great for every day, really beautiful, basic, fluffy vanilla, white chocolate scent. But I feel like the ginger makes it extra special. Then we have Britney Spears Fantasy. This one is sweet, powdery, fruity, feminine. I really enjoy this, and I don't find it as juvenile because this is more new to me. as some people have described. I feel like though if you did get this in middle school and you've been wearing it ever since, I could totally understand why you'd be tired of it. But for me, this is new, this is squeaky, I love it. Now I will say, Pink Sugar, for example, I have not really used that since I tried it. It's a fragrance that I didn't have in middle school, I didn't have when everybody else had it. Same thing with this, but I don't think I was missing out too much. It's sweet. It's a little bit too juvenile for me, especially at my age now. This one, I still think I could get away with wearing it, and I do. It's edible, it's sweet, it's fruity. There's white chocolate in here, cupcake. The fruits in here are really yummy and tropical. There's lychee, kiwi, a note of quince in here, which is quite dry. Beautiful musk. Like, I really enjoy this. So I am so happy to have it in my collection. Kind of like Cassiopeia by Tiziana Terenzi, where that one is of course much more refined and elegant, but still very powdery, fruity, and feminine. You might really like this one. And of course this one's gonna be more playful, but it's really nice. Sorry guys, I keep having to move because I have to share the chair with Big Booty Judy here, and she keeps moving around and I kind of have to get settled based on what she wants to do. Some cookie fragrances, Theodoros Calotini's vanilla, and this one starts out so yummy. This one is a sweet vanilla cookie with caramel drizzle. The more that it dries down though, I have to say, and it's so creamy and buttery and delicious. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of the aroma of freshly baked cookies. But then the more it dries down, it does get more earthy and woody with the patchouli. This is a sample from Set Split, but I don't know if I'm gonna get a full bottle, but I really love the opening so much. If you guys have a true caramel cookie vanilla recommendation, please let me know. And then Al Rahab Choco Musk does remind me of chocolate chip cookies. It does smell pretty edible. There's not much negative to say about it. It is very powdery in a way that in some cases can come off a little dusty. I just said there's nothing negative to say, but it's only like when I really smell like really close to my skin. In the air, it smells really beautiful. I do have to overspray this, so I do like to wear it for before bed when I want something very warm and sweet. But for $10, again, I really can't complain. What's up, Gianna? Dulce by Rosie Jane reminds me of Bianco Latte, but more of a musky, woody version. For me, this one does remind me of cookies, but then you're also getting that aroma of being fresh out the shower, which I really do like. I feel like that makes it more wearable, especially year round when you still want something really sweet and delicious. And for those of you that might be wondering why mine is darker, it is because I've had it for over a year. If you have yours for over a year, it should get like this. A lot of people ask me about it on TikTok, like, why the heck is yours darker? Did they reformulate? And no, I've just had it for a long time. Next, I have my more musky, woody vanillas. These are also pretty sugary, so they could have also went in that category. But the first one I want to talk about is Fleur Vanilla Skin. This is such a favorite. I don't feel like this is as sweet as the original, or sorry, the body mist, but it's still really nice. I love that burnt sugar woody vanilla. It's not the sweetest, it's more cozy to me, more sexy even. I really enjoy it. It smells really expensive. I'm not sure if that's because of the oud mixed in, but more than anything, I get that cashmere wood with the sugar, the vanilla, hints of spice from the pink pepper, and again, I feel like the oud note makes it feel more elevated, more expensive. I should have put Vanilla Oud from Kayali. That one's also really beautiful, and you get more oud in that one. But anyways, this one is so beautiful. Cannot go wrong with it. Next is Sniff Vanilla Vice, and this smells sweeter than Fleur's Vanilla Skin, but it's still not a cupcakey vanilla fragrance. It's not overly gourmand. For me, this one, you really get that Orchinox note, that musk, and to me, at first, I didn't know if I liked it. It smells really nice, very airy, very sweet, and yummy, and I do get hints of waffle cone. I don't think I can give them ice cream still, unfortunately, but if you like a more musky, woody, elevated kind of burnt sugar vanilla, I think you'd really like this. And again, this one smells sweeter to me than Fleur's vanilla skin. Comforting and sweet like vanilla skin, but I can't give it sexy. It gets so much better the more that it develops on your skin, just like Afternoon Delight. Next, we have my fruity vanillas, starting with Viktor and Rolf's Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid, and this one is so beautiful. This one starts out quite interesting with the vine. So it's green and fresh, but it is so fruity with that peach. And then the more that it dries down, you have this delicious, sweet, syrupy vanilla. This is so sweet. This is also kind of sugary as well, which I really enjoy. Beautiful for year round because it's sweet enough and syrupy enough where you could get away with wearing it in the fall and winter. But because it does have that peach, it's very, very juicy and fruity, which makes it perfect for summer and spring as well. This one I love so very much. Anytime I want something very feminine, sweet, fruity vanilla, this is what I go for. And I think again the vine makes it smell more unique. And then anytime I want to feel very flirty, very girly, very feminine, I will go for Burberry Her Elixir. Like I said before, this is a creamy strawberry milkshake type of fragrance. It smells very pink, very powdery, very girly. Perfect for going out with your friends, perfect for a first date maybe. Such a playful scent, and I love to have it in my collection. I love the combination of the strawberry with the blackberry. I really, really enjoy how powdery this one gets, and yeah, it's a really yummy vanilla mixed in, so I did want to include it. And then Juicy Perfumes Accident à la Vanille Creme de la Berry. This is strawberry cheesecake. This is so sweet, so jammy, so vanillic. This one, you're getting the topping, the cheesecake filling, you're getting the graham cracker, the crust. This is mouth watering. Oh my goodness. If you love edible foodie gourmands, this one is amazing. Very warm, very sweet, and again so edible. But this one has to be, I'm in Florida, so like late fall, winter, 100%, or just when I want to feel really comforted, cozy, and delicious in the comfort of my home before bed. So scrumptious. And then a fruity floral fragrance. This is much more wearable. This is Valentino Donna Born in Roma. This is flirty, it's feminine, it's sexy. I love this one so much. It smells really sweet and candy-like in the opening with the fruits. This, you really get that black currant in there, some citrus. Very, very juicy, very fruity. And the more that this one dries down, you do get more of the jasmine and vanilla with a very beautiful smooth cashmere wood base. I love this so much. I think it's so smooth, like I said, and I think every woman should at least get their nose on Valentino Donna Born in Roma. It is a bestseller for a reason. It's so pretty, and it's been one of my favorites since the beginning of my fragrance collection journey. I really love this one. Next, we have my soft, feminine, ethereal fragrances, starting with Casamarati Dama Bianca. This one smells so beautiful, so angelic. This scent is absolute perfection for a powdery vanilla. It's beautiful, it's elegant, it's delicate, it is so pillowy soft. The notes in this fragrance are very unique as well. I don't have anything in my collection like this, except for, of course, the dupe, which is Janoon Noir, and that one is much stronger. But this one is so light, so feminine. It's sweet, but not too sweet. Beautiful pillowy florals in the fragrance. There's kumquat, citrus, malt, musky vanilla. The vanilla is a little bit creamy too, which I really enjoy. And very light sandalwood. This is such a beauty, and if you're looking for like a wedding day scent, a scent to impress for a first date, this gives off all the light feminine vibes, and I'm so here for it. I wish it was stronger. It could be my wedding day scent potentially if it was, but because it's not, oh my gosh, if you wear this before bed, I know it's really pricey, but you are going to feel like you're sleeping on a little cloud. This is so pretty to me. Oh my gosh. And then Kayali, the Wedding Silk Santal. This one is a sweet, sugary sandalwood fragrance. I really love how creamy and sugary it is though. Oh my goodness. This one is very uplifting, very like bridal for sure, just like I find Dama Bianca. This one is much more sweet though, which I really enjoy, and the sweetness is coming from not only the sugar and vanilla, but there's praline in here, a really fruity, delicious, juicy nectarine, which gives this a beautiful touch, the most beautiful florals in the scent as well, and the most beautiful musk. I love this scent with all of my heart. I wish they would restock it. I have been using it though, guys. The dent is going down very slowly but surely. I feel like Mon Guerlain is also a very ethereal fragrance. This one is all about the lavender and the vanilla, but I also get a heavy dose of licorice in the scent. The more that it dries down, I also get the sandalwood. This one smells very feminine, very graceful, very sophisticated, very pretty to me. I don't love the licorice note, so I do prefer for a vanilla lavender fragrance something more like YSL Libre Intense, or even I really enjoy Burberry Goddess, which I can't find, but I'll have to because I still have about 10 vanilla fragrances to go through. I am gonna put a pin in it for today, and I'll come back tomorrow. Be a few seconds for you, but it'll be the next day for me, so I'll see you tomorrow. Burberry Goddess is a beautiful, comforting, but elegant vanilla lavender scent. This one is so comforting. It reminds me of someone I love. It's loyal, graceful, feminine. It just reminds me of the most beautiful woman. Beautiful lavender vanilla fragrance. There's 3 different types of vanilla in here, some cacao and ginger. And for me, this is blended to absolute perfection. I really love it, and I like the Intense. I'm still on the fence. I think it's okay, but it's definitely not something that I like more than the original. This one, I get way more lavender right away. I feel like it smells quite medicinal to me right away, especially on paper. If you're testing this in store, I would really say to put it on your skin, because initially it smells like chemicals on the paper, and it is just absolutely not my vibe. If I would have went off paper in store and not blind bought this online, I would have just ran the opposite direction. But this one, it opens up with that lavender on your skin, and it smells very medicinal, quite off-putting to be honest. But the more that it dries down, you do get this deep vanilla, woody, earthy with the patchouli. It's not too heavy on the patchouli. I think it's more the lavender overload that for me I wish was dialed back a bit. But you know, if you like more deep, dark, edgy vanillas, I think you might really enjoy this. I did wear it out and it lasted forever. And because we're talking about lavender vanillas, I also want to give a big shout out to YSL Libre. This is the Intense. I feel like this one is a beautiful orange blossom vanilla lavender fragrance. It is gorgeous in my collection. I feel so confident, so sexy. And of course, if YSL Libre is way too heavy on the lavender for you, you find it masculine, I think you'd really enjoy this one. Perfect for a good date night. And again, when you want your confidence to go through the roof. Really beautiful. And this is a different category. These are my more bold, sexy vanillas. This one's more on the elegant side as well. But let me go ahead and talk about Nichane 100 Silent Ways. This one is feminine. It is very romantic. It is elegant. It's just, every time I put this on, there's something that I crave. Like I want a little more, and I'm not sure what that is, but this is a nice basic niche fragrance. This one, Opens up very sugary. I get that tuberose right away with the most beautiful juicy peach. As it dries down, it's such a smooth vanilla. It is lovely. It smells very elegant. It does smell expensive. Like I said, I just have other vanillas that I'm more crazy about, but this is a really good one. And then you guys know I adore Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli 64. This one is sweet, warm, sexy. It's boozy. It smells rich and confident, and I always say it, but it does make a very long-lasting impression. I love wearing this one out, and I just feel so good about myself every time I put this on. I know there's oud in here, there's patchouli, there's rum. There's more challenging notes for sure, but I think there's so many sweet, yummy notes to really balance that out. And for fall and winter, this is one of my favorite going out scents. One that is more new to me, I haven't worn as much, is Mancera Roses Vanille. This is more of a definitely expensive smelling. It kind of has a medicinal quality to it in the opening. There's some citrus in there as well, but more than anything, I get a jammy rose. It's really good. It's just very strong, so I have to go very light-handed with this one. That is why the dent is not so large, but I think it smells really rich, very expensive, like a woman, you know. This one, I think if you like fragrances like Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper from Kayali, you'd probably really enjoy it. I know that I do. I think it's really beautiful musk. I really enjoy it, especially if I want like something for a special occasion. Next is Orientica Velvet Gold. This screams money to me. It is very elegant, sophisticated, so well blended. It smells like powdery florals. There's some vanilla in there for sure. There's also a note of caramel, which I could totally see, but even with that being said, this is not a super sweet fragrance. I feel like those animalic notes in here as well make it smell so expensive. Usually I talk about more fresh musk. This is definitely more of an animalic musk, and I think that makes it smell more mature, more expensive, more grown, and I really love that. This is so beautiful, but this is a fragrance where for me it's a little harder to wear because I really love to wear this when I want to smell more poised, proper, and I wish it was easier to get a sample of this one because I think some people would love it and some people wouldn't really care for it. I do think that this one runs a little bit more feminine, but I could see it being unisex 100%. Same thing with this one, but I actually think that I like this one more on men. This is Baby Cat from YSL. This one smells, it's like a dry, very deep, dark vanilla, very sophisticated. This one has leather in there. There's some woody notes, some spicy notes, and I feel like the vanilla saffron combination in here smells so rich, so expensive. This is definitely something I'd have to be all dressed up. I'd love to be in all black wearing this to a really formal event. This one is absolutely stunning, but not going to be for everybody. Some people think it smells like burnt tires. Next is Narcotic Delight from Initio, and this one is another dry vanilla. It is a dry cherry tobacco vanilla fragrance. This one smells so sexy. There's a boozy note in here as well. Lots of spice in the opening. I love this so much. It is so dark feminine, so sensual. This is my ultimate date night fragrance. I do wish it was stronger because I feel like after a while of wearing it, it does get pretty close to the skin, but if you're going somewhere where you're going to be very close, very personal, very low lit, I feel like this one is the best fragrance. I love it with all of my heart, guys. And then last but certainly not least, because we already talked about this one, we have Valentino Donna Born in Roma, The Intense. And The Intense is just that. It's more dark, more deep, more mature. This one, you really get that jasmine with the vanilla, and you're also getting the amber benzoin. Very sexy, very rich auntie vibes, 100%. And this is one for me where it's not as flirty, in my opinion, in a light feminine way like the original, especially in the opening. Again, this one gets more deep dark. I think it makes the original seem very light, very girly. Oh, and if you guys are into the 59 from Sol de Janeiro, those sugary sweet sandalwood fragrances, I think you'd also love 5 Cents in Too Deep. This smells so sweet. It's definitely a sugary, creamy sandalwood vanilla scent that I love so much for before bed, so I definitely check this one out, and it's more on the affordable side. This one is more long lasting than the 59, which is great because it's more money, but it's still a very intimate leaning fragrance, so I love this one for before bed or when I want something that's not too overpowering. Those are my thoughts on over 50 vanilla perfumes. Let me know your thoughts down below. I love you guys and have a great rest of your day.